Hello friends, today's topic is extension, and if you go to the official documentation on the Apple website, it's almost at the end of the documentation. I recommend that you work through this after the lesson to consolidate the material you have covered. Let me try to show this by examples. Okay, what is extension? We learned before about classes. We now know how to create a certain class. Extension is a feature in Swift that allows you to extend this class after we've created it. Add some new functionality. If we take any class that Apple has created for us to use it. Remember, we had a string theme. We use it with structure. In order to find out what methods are defined in it, I suggest to press the Command key and click on this structure. See, here is the description. String is a structure, and it has a description, various initializers, then there are methods, etc., etc., etc. If you want, you can read about every one, what it means, etc. All of this we went through. If suddenly we want to add another method to the structure, then we are not allowed to do this, because the compiler will produce an error. Suddenly something is vitally important for us. We want to add something to string, and for this an extension is invented. Okay, we will write the extension keyword, then write the class. In our case, the string is structure, which we will expand and add to it. We say, let in this string structure there is an addition method say hello. And this method will write to the console string hello. He takes nothing and returns nothing, only prints to the console hello. We are creating the variable hello and assign the string hi. Call this variable, write dot. Through a dot, like you remember, there are a lot of methods available. They refer to the string structure. Next, select our say hello. You see, this method is already in our program. We have written it ourselves. See. Look, we call a variable, we call this method to the dot, referring already to the string, and see the hello on sidebar. So we add the new functionality to the string. Let's write more like this. Let's create the variable a. After that we call it and select the say hello method and see that this method is also available. Also we write the string hi, put a dot and call our method. So, we can add anything here. To do this, you need to write the extension keyword and write a class or method. You can add stored or computed properties to it and everything connected with it. We will try to expand our int. Write extension next int. At this time, write a computed property. Create the variable squared, and it will return the multiplication result to itself. And in this case, we return square the number. Okay, next, create a variable new int with a value of 30. We call it, and through that we see a lot of methods available for int, including our squared method. Xcode now believes that there is a method in the structure and we can call it. Then we don't need to create a function each time. We create an extension once where it was put and when we need to square the number. We call this method, as we see, 30 in the square equal 900. Okay? That's all simple, guys. I think it's understandable. Okay, good. Let's try to create another extension for int. For this, we do add the func squared method to it. We put keyword func and write name of our method, func squared. Without an input parameter, it will return int. And inside the method, we write self to multiply by self. Who doesn't remember what self means? I ask you to see previous lessons. There I explained all this in great detail. We create an ordinary variable, assign it a value of, for example, 3. Next, we call this variable and say that we want to square it through our new method. I'm sorry, it seems to me I made a mistake by duplication the word func. Okay, let's remove it. Good. As you can see, the method works. 3 multiplied by 3 will be 9. Further, in all programs we can use this method and never return to it. Thus, we can reuse the same code many times. Okay, one more example. We write a number, press the dot and put it into a square. Everything calculate in this form too. We don't have to do anything extra. Okay, it's that simple. It's like a piece of cake. Let me show you how to create an extension for a class. Okay, I will put a comment that it is about extension of class. We create Boba class, create the nick property, and assign it the value of the Swift def. Good. We create an instance of this class real Boba. Do initialization. You should already know all this from the previous lessons, friends. We call this instance, put a dot and call the nick property. And see, we got the value of this property on sidebar. We have created a class, created an instance of the class, and through this instance called its stored property, a variable that stores a value. I think you have learned all this long ago. Write the extension, take this class, in which we want to add a new functionality and a new method via the word func and specify its name, all self. The method does not accept anything, returns only string, and inside it we write return and say let it be my name is Vova, comma, my nickname, and through the interpolation of strings we call the property nick. Friends, if you have heard somewhere for yourself an unfamiliar concept in lessons, see the previous lessons, please. There it's already told. Create an instance of the class via name second Vova. Initialize it, and next we call it, and through a dot we call our new method, which we added via an extension to this class. At this class, besides property, there was a new method through extension. We used it and see on the sidebar my name is Vova, my nickname the Swift Dev. It works. In principle, that's all. I showed you the most basic things. Okay, I show again. To see, for example, what is in UIKit, for example, or in a string, etc. We press the Command key and by clicking the mouse button go inside. Next, we can see all the classes that are imported into it. In these classes, extension is often used by Apple. Apple likes to use extension a lot. They write various libraries to expand some classes, etc. Actually, friends, this is very useful functionality which Apple enjoys themselves. There is still such a thing, hold Option and then, for example, on string. Click the mouse and see the brief documentation. Below is a structure reference, as you see. Click on it and we get to the documentation. Instead of going to the Apple site or Googling on internet, you can go here and we will see as far as string is concerned. What are different methods, properties, etc. What's in it. Here it's explained what is necessary. We see a lot of methods, a lot of properties. And now we can see initializers and instance properties. If we want to watch about some initializer, we can read it and understand what it is. Looks, where y is written, then we can call this via dot. See what character is. We have received a description of this property. And also we can understand what it is. When we call a string, put a dot and write characters. And in these instance properties we get the result. Next, among the properties are methods. Methods are described by the keyword func. They have names. For example, we found a method and see what it means. Suppose we are working with a string and think as we saw in the lesson before. We find the method we need in documentation and see what makes the method we need. Thus, we can get an information on any available methods in this documentation. Okay, friends, I think the lesson was small and uncomplicated. That's all for now. Thank you for your listening. Until next lesson. And don't forget to give 5 stars to this course on site. Thank you. Goodbye.